Hello everyone, greetings of the day, and in our today's session we are going to discuss about the very important and relevant area, very relevant topic, that is the group discussion. Yes, group discussion is an important part as far as the business communication is concerned and personality development is concerned. So, as this that this is lecture number 14 and we are talking on this topic right now on the group discussion, and you are aware of that in the previous lecture we have talked about the certain tips related to the interview preparation, because when we are talking about the interview, when we are talking about the selections of any kind of in an organization, any kind of public sector undertakings, so there is a certain selection criterias, right from the from the written test, right from the the group discussion. After that you have the personal interview, after that you have a psychological interview, after that you have a medical, etc. Okay, so these are the these certain steps. If we are talking about the overall selection criteria in the various multinational companies, or we can say the public sector undertakings. So here in this lecture, importantly we are going to discuss about the group discussion, and if in a layman way we are trying to understand about the group discussion, it is a comprehensive technique. Yes, it is the comprehensive technique to judge the suitability of an individual and his appropriateness for admission, scholarships, job, etc. Definitely when we are talking about the group discussion, that why group discussion is required, definitely in the group discussion we are identifying the suitability of an individual or a candidate, right, those who are appearing for the particular job, those who are appearing for seeking admission in the reputed institutions. If I am talking about the CAT, if I am talking about the IIMs, if I am talking about the IITs, definitely they are having the one round of group discussion to scrutinize the students and to find the suitability of an individual about the candidature, whether the candidate is suitable for the particular job or the particular field in which he or she wants to seek the admission, or he or she wants to get the certain scholarship in any kind of university or in any kind of institutions in India and of course in the world also. Okay. So here group discussion assesses the overall personality. Yes, definitely in the personality we are judging what? We are judging about the thoughts, we are judging about the feelings and behavior of an individual in a group. Definitely in a certain way an individual behaving in the certain aspect in the group, right. For example, if I am standing in the crowd, right, my confidence is different, but if I am standing alone, right, my confidence is somehow again is different. So that is the difference when we are talking about the group discussion. So group discussion is a way, right, to assess the overall personality of the thoughts, feelings and behavior of an individual in a group. That is at the in the case of this introductory part of this topic, group discussion. Now what happens in the GD? That is the important concern to understand. A topic is presented to the group members for discussion, because if we are constituting the the group of 8 members for the group discussion, or the group of 6 members according to the requirements and the needs of the the interviewer or the selection committee, accordingly we are constituting the group and a topic is presented to that particular group. So while the discussion is going on, a group of panelists observe them. Definitely a group of panelists is sitting right in front of the the group members, and they are judging the every activity of the individual, that how an individual is talking, how they are behaving, how they are feeling, how they are sitting in a certain posture, how they are expressing themselves in the certain way. So all the factors they are considering and they are observing minutely. Okay, if I am talking about the psychological factor, they all are the psychologists over there, those who are looking for the the suitability of the candidate in the group discussion. Through this observation, they judge intellectual aspect of the candidate. Definitely the candidate should have certain intellectual, right, for matching the job's requirements, right. If I am talking about the defense services, okay, we are having the two concerns. We are having the NDA, the National Defense Academy in India, right, for for entering into the defense services. After that, we are having the the CDS, that is the Combined Defense Services, that is again in the graduation. If you are appearing in the graduation, you can through with the CDS, and then further you are appearing for the SSB interview. And my dear, SSB is not is not so easy. Okay, it is very difficult to appear and through with the SSB because they have a very tough criteria, and the group discussion is the one of the selection criteria in all those kinds of interview selection process. Okay, you have the social leadership, communicative skills. If you have these skills are also observed by the panelist in the GD, the group discussion. We can say you cannot be so rude, right, because they are also seeing whether you are the social or not, whether you have a leadership skills or not. Okay, this is another factor in the case of group discussion. Then what is the importance of GD? Yes, definitely if I am talking about the importance of GD, for admission to some of the universities or the B schools or the campus placements after graduation, or for recruitment to a multinational company, or for the selection in the government organizations or the public sector undertakings, group discussion is the one of the important criteria for the selection committee. Definitely when you are talking about the working culture and where you are going to work with the groups in the any organization, either the defense services, either in the banks, etc. So you have to appear and you have to go through this selection process of group discussion also, and you need to have the knowledge of the field. Yes, if you are not having the knowledge of the field, you are not able to through that particular interview selection process. And also you have the capability to work in a group as a leader or as a member. Definitely you can think of yourself as a member of the particular organization, right, but if you are thinking from the perspective of the leader, then how you are influencing the people, that is the important aspect. So in the group discussion, the panelist is also observing that what is your behavior with your peer groups while you are discussing something. That is another important factor, that how important GD is for the selection criteria to seek the admission in the universities, right, in the B schools, in the campus placements, or we can say the selection process in the public sector undertakings. Okay, that is the importance of GD. So the group discussion technique is a very effective way to judge the candidate's ability to work in a group. Yes, that is important, because what they are judging the ability, that how effectively you are managing the things, right, and how effectively you are working in a group and taking each member with them, right. This is the important thing. So importance of GD we cannot deny in the process of selection of any organization, or we can say if I am talking about the UPSC, etc. And these things I have already discussed in my previous lectures also, that what is the role of the personality, what is the role of the communication skills, right, how the gestures are important, how the expressions are important, okay, and the relevance of the verbal and the non-verbal communication. So everything comprises in all the factors, and these factors are considering for the success of group discussions also. Okay. So here are the certain skills which are judged in the group discussion as far as the panelists are concerned, those who are observing you. The first thing, the first important thing is how good you are at communicating with other. Yes, that's important, that how effectively you are communicating with other. Okay, how polite you are, how aggressive you are while you are discussing something with your peer group, while you are discussing something in the group discussion. That is the one thing. Second important thing is how easily you behave and interact with the other group members. Definitely, it is not like that you are imposing and you are pressurizing yourself, right, while you are communicating with your group or the members of the group in the group discussion. So, how easily, how smoothly you are conducting the whole process of GD, that is the another factor which is being observed by the panelists. Okay. So, you must take care of all these things, that what the panelists are judging. Third important thing is how open-minded you are. Yes, open-mindedness is very much required in the whole process of the group discussion, because in the group discussion you are not having hardly of the more than 10 minutes, right. If I am talking about the limitations of that, how open-minded you are. So, you need to make, ensure yourself that you must be open-minded, right, in the group discussion process. Then another important concern is how flexible or rigid you are in accepting the viewpoints of others in the group. Yes, that is the important thing, right. You cannot say that, yes, I am right, I am right, I am right, right. You must acknowledge the other one. Yes, yes, my dear, you are also right on that part, right. I am, very much acknowledging your point of view also. That is what, that how flexible or rigid you are in accepting the viewpoints of others in the group. That is also the important ingredient, we can say, for the success of the group discussion, and you make through yourself in this particular step of the group discussion. Okay. Then fifth important concern is your leadership skills. Yes, leadership means you are taking everyone of yourself with you, right. That is what the leadership is, that how you are influencing the other people with your words, how you are influencing with the members of the group with your personality, with your expressions, with your words, right. So, that is what, that teamwork is also important when we are talking about the leadership qualities. Okay. So, this leadership quality is also the one of the criteria for the judgment of the group discussion process. Then your analytical abilities, it is the next one, right. Whether you are analyzing the things logically, right, the logic is there in every statement which you are giving in the GD. That means you have to justify your statement. Okay, that what are the things behind this particular statement. If you are able to justify your statement with the particular logical analytical abilities, that means in the GD half of the success is done. Okay. Further, you have to take care of the problem solving and critical thinking skills, right. So, in a manner we can say that if a certain serious situation occurs in your group, then how you can solve the problem, right. If in the group, in the discussion, two members are fighting each other, then how you are solving the problems of the fighting of these two members, and how you are consoling them with your polite behavior, right, with your gratitude to that particular group member, right, that in the case you can solve the problem. Okay. And that is also looked after by the panelist of the group discussions selection process. Then, yes, I have already told that we have a very limited time in the group discussion. So, within the span of 10 to 15 minutes in the group discussions, you have to share your point of view, you have to conclude the topic, right, you have to convince the other members also. So, time management skills are very much required in the group discussion. Okay, that is another factor. Then your skills at putting forth your ideas in an unbiased manner. Okay, you should not be unbiased. Okay, you should not be biased, we can say. You should put your ideas in an unbiased manner in the group. That is the acceptable criteria in the process of the selection in the group discussion. Then social attitude and confidence is again a parameter. When we are talking about the social attitude and confidence, you can think of from the perspective of the society and the community, that brings the confidence in you, right? If you are having a knowledge of the every social aspect, every religion, every community, right? So then of course your confidence is high in the group discussion, right? So everything matters in the GD also. It's not like that we are sparing one thing and we are working on the communication skills only, and we are leaving the other side of this group discussion. That is the knowledge on the particular area. Okay, if I am talking about the current affairs, that is the particular area. If I am talking about the economy, that is the particular area. So that develop the social attitude and the confidence. So in the group discussion, you need to work hard and you need to practice yourself with the help of your friends, and working on these areas are the important concern. Okay. Now, what points to be kept in your mind before the group discussion, before you are preparing for the GD, for appearing in any interview, right? So no one knows what the topic of GD is going to be. Definitely you are not aware of. While you are appearing in any group discussion, on the spot topic has been given to you and you are not aware of that particular topic, then how you can prepare yourself to overcome such kind of problems? Hence, it will be a good idea to keep yourself abreast with the topics, right? I am talking about the abreast with the topics and the normal topics of the discussions of the GD, which are to be given to the members of the group discussion, right? So we need to work on what? Because we are not aware of the topic, that which topic we have to speak on. So in this case, what you have to do? You have to prepare the current affairs, right? And current affairs is something that you have to be thorough with. Okay, we have the current situation on economy, we have the current situation on the social factors, we have the current situation on the political issues, we have the current situations on the elections, right? We are the current situations on the health segments, we are the current situation now the COVID-19 pandemic, right? We are the current situations of having the vaccinations of the COVID-19 pandemic nowadays. So for this, read newspapers regularly or watch news regularly on the television, and thanks to the information technology, thanks to the internet, right, thanks to the applications nowadays, okay, so you can have the news in your hand always. Okay, with the help of the smartphones you can have the to overcome this problem, right, to update yourself on the current affairs, okay, and understand the recent crisis that the world is reeling under. And the crisis nowadays is COVID-19 pandemic problems, right? The crisis is that how the countries can overcome the problem of economic growth. The crisis is the crisis of unemployment, right? So these are the things that how you can overcome all those problems, and you have to share in the GD also, right? So the respective problems, respective solutions in the GDs are required by the panelists, okay, and this is the way that the latest development initiatives, that if I am talking about the government, if I am talking about the councils, the different councils we are having, the ties between various countries and the like also are very much required, and this is the important concern that points to be kept in mind before the GD, in any kind of GD you are appearing, okay, that is the one thing. Second important concern is sometimes the panelists are giving you a such topic on the basis of historical topics, right. So you must have a fair knowledge about the country's history and also the history of other countries also. Definitely our country, as far as India is concerned, we have a great history, okay, but you have to prepare such kind of topics in your mind before appearing for the GD, because we cannot say that what topic they are presented to you in the GD, but you have to prepare and you must have a knowledge of some history and historical aspects in your mind. So, the topics may not be specifically from this area, but having historical information will help you cite examples. Yes, you can quote certain examples. If I am talking about the Battle of Panipat, right? If I am talking about the Battle of Palasi, if I am talking about the Battle of Buxar, and make references whenever you need it in the group discussion, again that is the important thing. If I am talking about this Abraham Lodi, right, if I am talking about the Chandragupta Maurya, so in this case if you have a knowledge about that person, then you can quote that examples, right, to justify the success of group discussion process. So, historical topics and the historical knowledge is also one of the great concern, and you have to keep all those points in your mind while appearing in the GD. Next one is the knowledge on the sports, arts and literature. Many times it happens the major topics of the group discussions are from these areas: sports, arts and literature, economy, crisis, etc. Okay, defense, etc. Okay, political relations with the countries, etc. Casteism, community, communism. So, these are the relevant topics which are to be presented in the group discussion by the panelist. Okay. So, you must understand well and you must prepare yourself well, and you must have a knowledge about the sports, you must have a knowledge about the arts and culture, you must have a knowledge about the literature as far as to appear in the GD is concerned. Okay. Now, next important concern is the data crunching. Yes, data crunching here means you must familiarize yourself with important data, and throwing in some data if required in GD will definitely create an impression among the assessors. Assessors are the panelists, those who are observing you, that of course you are familiarized with the particular topic. That is the important thing. Read as much as possible. Today's what problems are being faced by the youngsters, they are not reading as much as they can. They are relying on what? They are relying on Google. They are not reading the books. They are not reading the newspapers. They are not reading the the novels, etc. So, these are the problems nowadays. Okay, and the results are they are failed in the GD process. Okay. So, what you have to do, that you have to read as much as possible you can, right. Increase your knowledge horizon in every sphere. That is the important thing. Okay. One student is not good in the study of the specific area, for example in mechanical engineering, but he or she has a knowledge of economy, sports, current affairs, arts, literature, etc. Everything he or she knows. The chances of the success of that mechanical engineer, right, if he is the or she is the average student and scoring 60% marks or 70% marks, as against the person, the candidate is scoring 80% marks, but he or she is not having the knowledge of the current affairs in the GD. So, the chances of success of whom? Those who are having the 60 to 70% marks, but a blend of knowledge with the various aspects. Okay, that's we are talking about the data crunching. Okay, so have good and sound knowledge on numerous topics. That's another thing. Watching documentaries on various topics will help here. Yes, you must watch certain documentaries, historical documentaries, sports documentaries, right. So, that will help you to to increase the horizon of your knowledge, and you have as much as ideas in your mind while you are appearing for the GD. Another concern and important thing is improve your vocabulary, that is the words association. You need the effective words to communicate, that is important. So, improve your vocabulary over a period of time, and it is an ongoing process, right. It is not like this is a one time process, it is the ongoing process, and that does not mean that you use heavy and big words. It is not necessary that you are using the heavy and big words. No, there is no need. But you need to speak the words so clearly, right? The simple word you can speak on. That is the important thing in the case of the process of GD, that we can say the group discussion, right. So, but it means that you will be able to understand the topic well, better, and contribute effectively in the whole group discussion process. That is the importance of this GD. That what kind of points to be kept in mind before we can say before the GD. Okay, these are the references, but in the next lecture we will be discussing more about the GD, right, that what are the do's and don'ts, right, and we have to discuss one case study also in the very next lecture on this topic, group discussion. Till then, thank you so much and take care of yourself.